Hello and welcome back to the Babenbergs. In between episodes, I was asked a question on education. More specifically, how do we choose who educates our children? And I've been trying to think of a good way to answer this question, and I think I'm just going to go for a list of factors in order that I would look at for choosing an educator, and then a list of things that I would avoid. So, let's start with the simple stuff. You want a physical, intelligent trait. By that, I mean genius is your top priority, then intelligent, then quick. If you can't get any of those, you're looking for shrewd. Shrewd is exactly as equal as quick, but is not as good as intelligent or genius. After that, you're looking for the guardian's relevant skill. So if we have a look at our character here, our character has a learning education, so their relevant skill would be learning. If we were doing a diplomacy education, the character's relevant skill would be diplomacy. If it's martial, stewardship, intrigue, you get the idea. So that would be the next thing that you look for. And then after all of that, the guardian's learning skill is brought in, and that would be the last thing that you'd look for. So in this case, it just happens to be the same as the relevant skill, but say you were doing a diplomacy education, you would first compare people on diplomacy. If they had equal diplomacy, you'd look at the learning skill. And that's basically how you should determine who's going to educate your child. Things you should avoid at all costs are a slow or dull educator, a stupid educator, an imbecile, an inbred educator, or a guardian, or having no guardian at all, I guess be the final one, which isn't an educator at all. It's just you should assign a guardian, because if you don't, you get a huge negative, right? Those are the things that matter for education when choosing a guardian. Some people, and I'm not just talking about people in the comments for the previous episode, but just across the years, I've mentioned this education trait of the guardian. This doesn't matter at all for whether your child's going to have a good education. This is not included in the calculation. This is not relevant in the slightest. Apart from the fact that it gives you stats, and the stats themselves are relevant, right? So if we have a look at this character here, they do have a 3-star education trait, which means that they're okay in terms of doing a learning education for our child, but they would actually be better at doing a diplomacy education, because their diplomacy is higher, even though they don't have the education trait that matches. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. There is one other thing which goes into choosing a guardian, which I never look at, but I probably should, because it is actually quite relevant, which is stuff like storytellers, and this is on the guardian's culture. If a guardian happens to be a storyteller, it means they're more effective. What does this mean? Well, this effectively means that you get a bonus equivalent to having the guardian be intelligent. And if you, say, had an intelligent guardian of this culture, that would be a bigger bonus than having a genius educate your child. So that's probably worth looking at. The cultural traditions that matter are northern stories, storytellers, and noble adoption. Those are the ones that matter for getting that extra bonus, but I never look at it. I should, I just never do. And that's basically it for education. Trying to find a way of shortening that. I originally did a 20-minute talk on education, and then went, wait a second, this is far too long and I'm boring myself, so let's try and find a way of simplifying it a little bit. If you want more information, go to the CK3 wiki, which is very informative in terms of education, and it's got the exact calculations and other such things. There are other things that go into education, such as making sure you have a court tutor when your child turns 16, looking at the spouse of the guardian whose court your child is in. There's a whole bunch of factors that are in there which can add bonuses potentially at times, but the most important thing is choosing a guardian who is good for your child, because that's the one thing that consistently matters, and there's consistently a chance for you to gain a bonus towards the child's education. Interestingly, by the way, having looked into this some more, our father getting a 4-star education is absolutely nuts, right? Stupid is a huge negative if the child has stupid. And I bet he didn't have an educator who was, like, I think his educator was quick, right? So, like, I have no idea how he ended up with a 4-star education with, like, an alright educator and him having a huge negative. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's statistically unlikely, but yeah, he beat the odds, I guess. Oh yeah, that's the other thing with education. Even if you do all of this and you choose the absolute perfect guardian and you follow all the like specific things you could do to add a bonus to it potentially, you could just get screwed by random chance, right? Random chance wise, you could just end up like not getting a good roll and then ending up with a bad education. But it's all about just increasing the odds. Anyway, that's not why we chose our educator. We chose our educator because they were French. And someone in the comments has very nicely pointed out to me something that I did know at one point but have forgotten. You can simply type French into the bar and then it just shows you people of the French culture. That would be so much easier. Can you do that with religion as well? Yep. Huh. Alright, well, there you know. You can also do it with dynasties and things. Oh, there's all sorts you can do in there. Anyway, back down to us. What are we going to do now? I mean, realistically, I'm going to put it on speed 5 and we're going to move forward to the next event. We're probably going to look for an opportunity to meet our peers in how many years? 10 months? Yeah, so in 10 months we're going to meet our peers. So, yeah, about June next year, let's unpause and see how things go. Right. More disease is spreading around here. Your neighbour Duke Rudiger has won against Count Io of Ravensburg in the Tyranny War. Oh, cool. Cool. That looks horrible. What's happening over here? Smallpox. Huh. Alright, well. Not good for the current rulers of Hungary. Not that relevant for us. Liege, our region has unsuccessfully furthered mandate. He has lowered the control level in one of our holdings. Not good. A couple of people not feeling well. Interesting. So we might have some moving within my vassals. The languages in my family tree. My mother occasionally inserts a word of Diol Vulgar here and there, and I find myself understanding the language better. I'm sure that if I put in the effort, I may become proficient enough to talk to my mother in a new way. So I can learn my mother's language or say, why bother? Well, I mean, I'm going to learn it anyway when I become French, but I guess I'll speak like my mother. That's fine, that makes sense for now. Hey, we can meet peers. Right, let's go. I think I said June, but it ended up being May. Yeah, I guess that could make sense. Anyway, we're going to invite absolutely everybody we can. And let's start. Let's see who turns up. Are we... have we got anything else going on? We're compassionate, chaste, and we're still pensive, so we're probably still going to ignore everybody when they arrive, but hey, what can you do about it? It's fine. Gathering. Everyone is here. As all the small lords and ladies are ushered into the room, I feel myself growing giddier and giddier. I'm thrilled that Agnes, the daughter of my fellow vassal Margravine Beatrix, and Blanca, the daughter of my fellow vassal Count Floris, could both make it, not to mention Count Emo of Parsberg. Alright, cool. Whole bunch of things have already happened here. Yeah. Okay. Well. Pause. I bring my cat Paws with me so that everyone can see what a great kitty I have. What a cute cat you have. Do you want to see my dog? Count Emo of Parsberg presents a brown dog to me. Her name is Amiable. So I'd say, your dog is so cute. Oh, thank you. Come here, Amiable. We just steal his dog? Excuse me? Or what a flea bag, nothing like my cat. I'm not going to steal his dog. I'm going to say, what a nice dog. Because that's the only normal thing we could say. Norwegian boils. I'm assuming that's going to... Yes, a little bit north of where we are. We don't need to worry about it. Okay. Cool. Playing house. Adolf, the son of my fellow vassal, Prince Heinrich, approaches me with a heap of fabric in his arms. As he dumps it on the floor in front of me, I realize it's a heap of clothing for adults. Let's play house together. Only if we're the parents. So this is Adolf Cillian, who is the son of Prince Heinrich of the Holy Roman Empire. He is the 4th son. Okay. Interesting. We can like pick on this random person for no reason at all. Say that's silly, let's play chess. I'm gonna play chess, and it furthers my studies in the arts of scholarship. I assume that gives me some points towards our education. Alright. Come out and play. A ball bounces past me, scoot back into the waiting arms of Adolf. Do you want to join? We've got a ball and we could do some more players. A small crowd of kids gathers expectantly around us. He's trying so hard to be friends with us, but I don't really feel like it. Werner is no longer my master of the hunt, as he is now infirm. Oh no. Emma, the daughter of my fellow vassal King Magnus, and I are watching the knights train in the courtyard when my bodyguard Murad approaches us with a smile. What do you say, children? Think you can handle the basics? There's Emma of Lotharingia. No. Okay. And say yes, or I would rather watch you train. Well, this only stresses us out if we don't get it, but I would rather watch you train. I'd like the marshal, please. We gained a level of fame there. We are now distinguished. It's a secular opinion, increases our number of knights. It's good to forget all my responsibilities for a while and spend time with other children, ignoring them. But I am told I have to return to my duties now. We all had so much fun. Hopefully, we can do this again soon. Wonderful. And everybody likes us a little bit more for holding the event, except for Adolf, who's like, why did this person invite me just to ignore me? But anyway. We're not going to replace our Master of the Hunt until this guy dies. But then we will replace him with Murad, who currently absolutely hates us. He thinks that we are awful, and he is my bodyguard. Oh well. Oh, he is now the noble gamekeeper as well. Okay, what bonus does it now have on it? Oh, we have a successor, Sheila. Oh, okay. Are you my successor to this one? You could be. I think this guy is probably a better successor because he's a little bit younger. Yeah, but that's okay. Valiant is now our second thing. Army damage. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not, you know, super important. Master of the Hunt, sorted by aptitude, is now going to be Murad, who is excellent at it. Fantastic. Let's stick him in there. Right. How old are we now? 7. Alright. Good. Tutor has educated a child. Been designated guardian for my brother. Now, it's been suggested that we do a learning education, because then we could ask him to... where is it? Join a... Actually... Oh, this is the wrong person. This is not the one I was looking for. I was thinking about my brother, who is... Also, we have a half-brother. I didn't realize we already had a half called Primsalid. Okay, cool. But yes, where are we? Yes, our brother Otto suggested that you aim for a learning education, because we could ask him to take the vows, which I think would make sense, potentially, given that he is currently a eunuch. I mean, he's probably always going to be a eunuch, so, yep, that would make sense to me, but anyway, we'll see. What am I doing here? Picking an educator for him. I don't need to pick an educator for him. I just need to have a tutor, and then he'll be educated by my tutor, right? Yeah. I think so. But I guess I could also just choose a guardian if I wanted to. Because tutor should act as a guardian if there is not a guardian. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna... I guess Burchard could educate him. Let's just have a Babenberg educate him. What's Burchard's culture? Franconian? Could just completely mess things up and convert him to Franconian. But no, I'll leave you where you are. Cool. That's fine. Right, unpause. Guy died. That's my grandfather. Oh, okay. Well, he's dead now. So I guess we will untick that. Do you want to hold a funeral for our grandfather? Can we hold a funeral for my grandfather? I don't know. Let's see. Yes. Alright. Let's hold a funeral for my grandfather. I mean, what else am I spending all this money on? Let's just hold a normal funeral. And we'll invite... yeah, them. Probably don't need to invite my liege. And they're not going to arrive because they don't care. Don't need potential friend. Yeah. Don't need potential friends. Don't need potential lovers, although there shouldn't be anyone in that list. Probably don't need nearby adventurers or fellow vassals. Yeah. Something like that seems reasonable. So friends, close family, vassals. Probably don't even need vassals. Yeah. Let's just go with that. People in the court, and then that'll do. Right. Our goal will be to mourn. Sure. Let's do that. Right. Start a funeral. Right. We'll never forget our grandfather, who I'm fairly certain we've never met. Pause has charmed a vassal. As I walk outside, I'm greeted by the sight of my steward, Count Bruno, crouching beside my cat Paws, tenderly petting her head. This is quite the lovely cat you have here, my lady. You are very perceptive. The last chance. The sorrowful line marches on, the line to have a last moment of guide, a last whisper, a last long goodbye, a last nothing at the last place anyone will ever see him again. Truly is a privilege to be here. Okay. Well, we'll speak of his virtues to everyone at the funeral. What is death? Death, all around me, talk of death, heaven and hell, it rattles my mind. Thoughts of Guy's face, never seeing it again, and yet death and its meaning slips from my understanding like sand through splayed fingers. This fate, cruel or kind, leaves even the most stoic of adults wet with tears, either in silence or in open wailing. What is it then? Perhaps Sheila would give me the simple answers. And say, why is everyone so sad? Or I should just follow what the others do. We'll ask Sheila, why is everyone so sad? Let's see what he says. He offered me comfort. Oh, alright. Cool. Innovation discovered. Chronicle writing innovation. Alright. So what's that? You impress several of your claims in a single war. Oh, alright. Cool. Back to this one. A moment to mourn. The mourners move through the hall weeping in some kind of macabre dance, all for Guy. And we gain some piety and lose some stress. We've had that event a few times. Murad is brawling with Sheila. Oh no. Troubled caravan leader. The pleading gaze I receive from my caravan leader Sheila is taking on a desperate tone. A group of guests are approaching the corner he has hidden all evening, and the walls are hindering his escape. I think my caravan leader would act in such a way and say, tell us a story or I will distract the converging guests. I'll distract them for you. I mean, he did comfort us earlier, so it seems good. Did they just brawl again? Wait a second. Yes, except he had already been treated, so he just became wounded, and now Sheila is severely injured and is about to die. Murad's about to have killed him. Hunched beside me, bereft of the pretense of propriety, the inconsolable Masidche gazes out into the nothingness before him. Not a tear falls from his eyes, not a word passes his mouth until he turns to me. God me cruel indeed. Why does the wind still yet blow? Why does the sea continue to push to the shore? Why does my body ache for food and thirst for water? The day of judgment is upon us. My acquaintance is dead. And say we must not allow grief to overwhelm us. While there's life, there's always hope, or quietly nod. Let's try and comfort him. He is comforted. Wonderful. That's good. Dust to dust. We have committed Guy's final rites, and we have moved our legitimacy up to true, apparently. Cool. So we now get the bonuses for being at this level. Lowers short range duration. It gives us other such bonuses. Nice. Alright. And now we've arrived back. With a slightly more injured caravan master. In fact, one who looks like he is literally about to die. It's an aggravated and infected severe wound. Murad, my master of the hunt, has killed my caravan master. Yup. Succumbed to fatal apoplexy. I would say it died from his wounds. Would be more relevant, or like more accurate. Why are you terrible? Oh, you're infirm. Oh, okay. Oh, right. I didn't realize he also lost his... I thought he died. No, he's just he was just infirm and lost the position. Okay. Guess Otakar is better. This guy, you know what? I want to spend more time with this guy. Let's put him in here. He's not better, but let's spend some more time with the witch. There's some pox in Rotterdam. That's quite far away, so won't come over here. Werner is no longer my seneschal, and Prince Reinhold, the excommunicated, has declared a war on my liege. What's the war? War against the tyranny. I think someone tried to revoke something from him because he's excommunicated, and then, well, there you go. Need a new seneschal. That's going to be Otakar von Meren. And his job is to make everybody else better at their job. Cool. Adelheid's pox is spread all over there. It's apocalyptic smallpox. Wow. Luckily, it appears to be spreading along the coast, and we are not in the coast. So that's a positive for us. Not a positive for the people currently living in, in this region. They are not going to survive much longer. But for us, it's fine. So he won his war, 8,000 versus like 400 troops. And I bet that guy's about to have his land revoked. The builder. And then they were. The day has been spent playing outside in the wild. All in all, quite a pleasant day, when I am suddenly approached by a local child. I am Marino, and I challenge you to a den building competition, Lady Helle Ermengarde. He struts around and smirks triumphantly at me, fully expecting to win. This 15-year-old has come to pick on us, an 8-year-old. So let me just enlist these workers. It's not cheating if it's paid for it. We can build a stronger den together, and he joins my court? Okay. Or I am busy constructing this altar. Go away. This reminds me of another childhood decision. Okay. I'm going to choose that one because it's got a ... Soaked. Once I crown the altar with an aged stick, the rain starts coming down hard, forcing us to take shelter. A massive thunderbolt from the sky strikes the altar with a thundering thwack, and I rush over to assess the damage. As the altar comes into view, a faint smoke plume is coming from the stick, which is blackened on one end and received a proper bruising from the strike. I observe it carefully as I pick it up, still warm in my hand. Okay, this is surely a sign from the Lord. I have a holy stick. I have a weapon. Alright. Which improves my learning lifestyle. Okay, I don't know if I've ever gone down this builder line of stuff, but cool. We're not going to call it holy stick. We're going to call it, I don't know, but we can't call it the holy stick. We're gonna call it the no, we're gonna call it God's stick. There we go. God's branch. There we go. That's better. Just something to give it some flavor that means that it doesn't look like every other holy stick. Because I have seen a holy stick artifact before. Cool. Install Arnold on the Bavarian throne faction has disappeared. Is Arnold dead? What happened to Arnold? He was one of my subjects. Oh no, it was Ludolf's brother. He is ill, and Ludolf has consumption. Okay, so they were probably had better things to do, I would guess. How long till we can hold this thing again? Probably when we're 10, right? So like a year. Oh, your kinsman King Kuno created the cadet branch Luitpolding-Stetten. Now, why is this important? Well, as I said before, the current house head, or like the way the dynasty head is chosen, is it looks at the house heads and it picks the most powerful of them. Previously, he was in House Babenberg, but because he's now in House Luitpolding-Stetten, he is now in like the competition to be the dynasty head, and I think he might be stronger. Oh, he's just a little bit, just a very tiny bit weaker than Austria, but I think that when they have their succession, because this guy's not very strong, I think that Pomerania is going to become the dynasty head. Alright. Interesting. Burchard has been imprisoned by, or has been excommunicated by the Pope. And what happened to Hungary? They appear to have just eaten Lesser Poland, plus this land as well. Oh, okay. Did you happen to... You are the king of Hungary and Wallachia? Wallachia's down there. Huh. Just trying to figure out how... I guess they just accepted vassalization or something, but Hungary is massive. Okay. Cool. Anyway. Back down here. A mess of a feast. This feast is loud, adults are boring, and food is not very good. My guardian Valen seems to be enjoying herself, so I cannot catch her attention to tell her I do not want to be here. So I can be impatient and try and sneak out. Okay. Can't handle this many people, time to hide under the table and be shy. Or at least I can keep eating for as long as I am here. You know what, maybe we be shy. It's the way we've been playing the character so far. Maybe we continue. We've gained shy. I don't really like the shy trait that much, but it makes our learning stat a little bit better. Yeah, okay. Means that people can't scheme against us very well, and we can learn languages better. Wait, I can learn languages now, right? Because I am old enough to start those schemes. So maybe we should learn... So I probably already learned... or I have Bavarian because it is my culture. Maybe I should learn my liege's culture. Or his stuff. Franconian. Wait, do I not have... was Burchard not Franconian? Where are we? The person who's educating my hostage. Where is it? Actually, just go relationships. Are you Franconian? You're Bavarian. Okay. My hostage. Yeah. So you're educator. Burchard von Babenberg. I could potentially... Oh, but they speak the same language, obviously. They speak High German, because it's all High German. Never mind. Do I speak my liege's language? I do. I mean, we could... I already know his language. Let's see what else we've got here. Could learn Italian Vulgar. It is close by. Yeah, or... Czech Slovian. Actually, let's have a look here. What language do you speak? You must speak, yeah. I'm gonna learn your language. My, father-in-law's language. Let's do that. Not father-in-law, stepfather. There we go. Let's learn his language. He's probably gonna die before we finish, but let's see how this goes. Gives us something to do. Laying foundations. Loose gravel underfoot crackles as Heinrich and I trudge through it. It brings to mind the craggy exteriors of buildings across the land. I want to build something, Heinrich blurts out, clearly sharing my thoughts. We should construct something here, at this spot, a model of some kind. He immediately starts scanning our surroundings, looking for materials. Heinrich scampers off towards a nearby stack of wood. I ponder on the nature of our activity. Build what, precisely? A large city? Gets us diplomacy. Watchtowers? Maybe manor houses would teach us the value of money, or our very own centre of learning like a university. Let's continue on this path. Let's further our education here. Berenger died. Captain Berenger of the Thuringian Blades. Oh, right. Yes, he was the person who went to become a monk. I was trying to think who he was. He's a giant who went to be a monk, and then he left, I guess, to become an adventurer of a mercenary company. Alright. Or like the leader of that mercenary company, which is now led by this person. Alright. Interesting path through his life. Okay. Let's continue. We should be able to hold another meet people in like a couple months. Maybe. Maybe it's from when the event ends that you can do meet peers again. It's probably from when the event ends, right? Yeah, oh, it's 5 days. No, so it is from when it starts. Okay, cool. Let's meet peers again. Yeah, let's go. Start. And we're inviting everybody here. Cool. Gathering. Okay. So, I'm thrilled that Ida, the daughter of my fellow vassal Count Ulrich, and Gurhild, the daughter of my fellow vassal Duke Baldwin, could make it, not to mention Count Emo of Parsberg. We keep mentioning Count Emo every time. Alright. Climbing. Gertrude, the daughter of my fellow vassal King Magnus, has climbed to the highest boulder around and is gesturing enthusiastically for me to follow. Wouldn't be the first boulder I climbed, but it looks like a long way up. Well, because I'm pensive, I'm going to say I'd rather not. Okay. Reading companion. I brought a small book with me, as I usually do, and Count Emo of Parsberg finds me just as I am settling down to read a few pages. Oh, it's that spiritual medicine. I recently read it. What is your opinion on the prose? Well, we could become friends with Emo, or we can say go away. You know what? Let's become friends with Emo. Make a friend. Emo showed me his dog again, and I'm going to be like, yeah, cool dog. I'm not going to steal it. It's a faction to install Count Adolf on the Holy Roman throne, Adolf of Wildberg. Alright. My friend, Count Emo, approaches me with a heap of fabric in his arms. As he dumps it on the floor in front of me, I realize it's a heap of clothing for adults. Let's play house together. No, that's silly. Let's play chess. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, every time. End of fun. That's the end of it. We're finished with meet peers. How old are we now? 10. We can probably meet peers one more time, right? Because I think you can do it until you're 14. Is that right? Maybe you can do it until you're 16, but I think it's 14 is the limit. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. Oh no, there you go. It says it right there. Below the age of 14, so we can maybe do that one more time. Cool. New cultural era. Your culture has entered the high medieval era. New innovations are available. Also, everything gets more expensive. Yeah, so you enter the new era and you get like mercenary hire cost in this case is more expensive. But I think that all of your activities are more, aren't they? No, they're just more expensive. Oh, I think this is stacking. Yeah, this is stacking, I think. Yeah. So it's 25% more than it was. Yeah. It's not ideal. Burchard has flagellated himself to death. Not ideal. I need a new guardian for one. Do I need to take Burchard's child here? Do I care? Not particularly, no. Okay, and now we need a guardian for you. Alright, Dynasty Luitpolding. You'll be educated by my aunt. There we go. That works. Right. Carrying on. And budding attraction. As I look upon a young Naperer walking by, sweaty with labour, but a blush on his cheeks, I'm entranced. What is this feeling, this longing? Okay. Do I want a crush on Adalbert? Nope. So I guess we will realise our sexuality, and now... What's this? You are not betrothed. Oh. Could look for someone to marry, but... I suppose we could. Let's have a look here. Let's do some... just a brief check. So we're looking for people who are most within 10 years of us, right? Here. Then we are looking for somebody who is healthy. Somebody who is Catholic. That lowers a lot of people off the list. We are looking for somebody who is not a ruler. Yeah. Somebody we would gain prestige with. Down to 60. Somebody we would get an inheritable trait with. Down to 4. Ah, okay, we have. Eustace de Savoy. Okay, so he's part of House Savoy. He's a claim on the county of Savoy. But he is not part of, like, the Savoy that holds... Well, I think... Which one do they hold right now? Yeah, who holds Savoy, as in the duchy. Yeah. Also, I didn't realize all of them have joined the Holy Roman Empire, because they were all independent at one point. And it's just Provence that isn't. Okay. So we can marry him. Gunther, who is son of Hildegard of Kaiserslautern. Oh, okay, so that'd be a connection back into Kaiserslautern if we wanted to. However, we would get an alliance, and that would get us in a war with lower in this one, right? Oh no, they've been drawn into the war, so we wouldn't get drawn into that. So they're an ally of the person who's in the war. You have Albero von Babenberg, who is the child of my marshal. Okay. Yep, they're sort of related to us, but not really. Are they the only child of my marshal? They are. Interesting. So, in theory, we would then have our children inherit both titles, but I don't think that that's worth it. And then we have Muniez Alvarez, who is sort of related to somebody. Okay. Well, out of these, I'm more interested in these two options. So in 5 years, you'll be 21, and you will be 7. I think that's my big difference here, is because then we'd be able to start getting heirs. Well, we would have to wait another 9 years, which I don't think is sensible. So yeah, we're going to go with Eustache. Yeah, let's go with you. You gonna hold a grand wedding? You know what, sure, let's hold a grand wedding. I have the money for it. Let's go. To the benign, Haley Ermengarde, I accept your betrothal proposition. You'll be betrothed to my courtier Eustache. I will also look forward to the promised grand wedding. Try not to disappoint me. Wait, so that's Chalon. Wait a second. That's not the same. No. It's near, but not the same place where our father died. I thought that would be would definitely have been interesting if that was the exact same place. Anyway, moving on. Still virtue. You made Heinrich forgiving. Oh, cool. Nature and nurture. I may have been born Bavarian, but I cannot deny that I no longer know what that even means. After Valence's tutelage, I feel French through and through. I have now adopted the French culture. It is who I am. Now, we do have a choice here. We could potentially pivot our guardian at this point. We are now French. We could potentially look for an even better guardian who is, like, not French. But, you know what? Let's just stay with the same guardian. Let's make our choices have impact. Hey, no longer has consumption and he's raised a faction against me again. Alright. Fair enough. There's Polish flux over here, which is a major disease. Learn language success. After lots of hard work, I finally learned the Czech-Slovakian language. Endless hours practicing accentuation, sleepless nights mimicking inflection, countless lessons mastering intonation. It was all worth it in the end. During my efforts, I looked to emulate Prince Leopold's accent. I'm sure that he would be impressed with my results. And of course, Czech peasants now respect me a great deal more. Feel accomplished. Fantastic. I've now learned Czech-Slovakian, and my zealot vassals like me, so they approve of learning languages. Oh, do I want to send him a letter? You know what? Let's send him a letter even though I'm shy. Let's take the stress hit. My letter came across as dishonest mockery. We now have a mental break. Well, I thought I'd try. Guilt and shame have been plaguing me as of late. All my sins, my flaws, my failings, these dark thoughts distract me from my responsibilities and keep me awake at night. I feel like I must do something to put an end to this mental anguish. What could possibly help? We become a flagellant. We donate to charity. Or we can resist. We'll resist these urges, because those are terrible things. Also, my friend is Bavarian. I was going to learn his language, but he is the same language as I am. Let's see if we have anybody we know has a different language. We have Bavarian in here as well. Like, we get High German, yes. Because that is our original language, so we get to keep it. Okay. Well... let's see who else's language we want to learn. Because we've got more space, right? We've got another 3 languages we could learn at this point. Seeing who we've got around. We could learn Hungarian. I mean, they are a pretty big... Or Magyar. They are a pretty big nation nearby. Do we have anybody in our court? I'm trying to find, like... some justification. We have somebody in our court who's a guest who speaks Welsh. You know what? We're learning Welsh. There we go. Let's do it. Although, now I think about it, I could have learned your language, which is... Oh. We don't know that one. I was going to say, I thought we would know it. We don't. You know what? I'm going to cancel my We'll Learn Welsh scheme. Instead, going to learn the language of my bishop. There we go. That seems like a better scheme for us. Wonderful. Right. Let's go. How old are we now? 11. Learn language, taught a lesson. My court tutor Signy has been aiding me day and night in my efforts to learn Doc Vulgar. Her dedication to the art of teaching is inspirational. There's not a day that where I'm not brought a Doc Vulgar letter to read. I learned Occitan woman to converse with, or an extraordinary mnemonic rhyme. Truly, I would not be this far along without Signy's help. You deserve a reward, and I get learn language scheme gets attended by court tutor. Get closer to her friendship with Signy, or she is doing her job well. I will give her a reward, as apparently we feel like she deserves one. Okay. She's also about to die. Tutor has educated more of our children in court, and my level of devotion to my faith has gone up to devoted servant. Same faith clergy now like me better, and they're now paying me more taxes, which is good. Okay. Tutor continues to educate our children. Wonderful. Instilling virtues. It's going to be one more year until we can host another meet peers. As Pause approaches me with yet another dead rat, I can do nothing but praise her. The castle has never been this free of rodents before. We get rat free for 5 years, which is plague resistance. That's nice. Okay. Who can we imprison? We got 4 people. Witch, fornicator, witch. Okay, there appears to be like a minor coven forming in our court. Your Councillor Berhard has died. Oh, okay. So that now means that Bernard II of Gessenhausen is now in charge of Gessenhausen. My regent is now my player heir, Theodelinda, who is a lunatic, drunkard, irritable flagellant. Alright, my spy master is now Signy, because she kinda likes me. Okay, factions are targeting us to put Berta on the Bavarian throne. Who is Berta? Is that one? Yeah, okay, so that's Berta, who is his daughter Berta. I see. Oh no, sorry. Who is his sibling. Yes, okay, previous Bernard's daughter. Alright. Just kind of interested, like, she's just unmarried? Okay, just trying to figure out what was going on with her, but that's fine. Innovation discovered. Your culture has discovered the Burr's innovation. Okay, cool. So that is this one. Unlocks all early medieval era military buildings. Cool. Tutor is educating our child. That's fine. Right. Should be this year we can do another meet peers. Unwelcome attention. Count Abo has been pestering me for a long time now. He is vicious, mocking me and pushing me around, and not only that, but he broke my favourite wooden sword, that churl. I cannot get him to stop no matter what I do. He's the worst, he becomes our bully. I beat you senseless. There is a chance I just get killed and he beats us to death. Or I'm going to pay you 5 gold to bog off. I think he's going to become my bully here, unfortunately. Abo of Brandenburg. Alright. Tutor is educated child. I think that was us. We've got 20 learning right now. Incredible. Hey, we can meet peers one more time. Let's go. Right. Meet peers. Let's see who gets invited. Learn language success. I have learned his language. We get the same stuff here. I can try and send him a letter. Didn't go well last time. I'll just feel accomplished. Okay. Maybe I'll try and learn the language of somebody from our meet peers. First person we have an event with who speaks a different language will learn their language. Gathering. All the small lords and ladies are ushered into the room and I feel giddier and giddier. I'm thrilled that Adrian, the son of my fellow vassal Duke Amaury, and my friend Count Emo could both make it, not to mention Adelheid, the daughter of my Chancellor, Count Meganhard. Great. Okay. Playing rough. I thought Herman, the son and heir of my fellow vassal Duke Thakulf, and the peasant boy were merely pretending to fight, but suddenly there was blood in the dirt. Herman hits the ground with a grunt, and the peasant standing above him moves to attack again. Herman speaks High German. But actually, apparently I don't speak High German. I can't learn language because he's not 10 years old. I thought we spoke High German. Is that not Bavarians? I don't speak the base one. I thought I spoke the base one for my culture. Known language. Yeah, I do speak it, so I shouldn't have a chance of even trying to learn language. Yeah, oh, it says I've missed the top bit. Okay, never mind. I know High German. Okay. Well, I'm definitely going to say, someone please help. Let's do that. The language barrier. Oh, fantastic. Sorry, abode. She returns to her humble abode, not her bundle abroad. Despite her manners, Swanhild's eyebrows are knitted together in frustration. The Old Vulgar and Saxon language seem to have more differences than similarities, hence their struggles to speak to each other. If I could do something so that we can play together without getting angry, or should I just hope it resolves by itself? So I can talk slowly and loudly. Why should I bother? I just want to have some fun. Or I can say, maybe Swanhild could teach me some Saxon. Yeah, let's do that. Fantastic. The game knew what I was after and it did it. Francois is the latest child to ask whether I want to go and play some football, and the answer is no. I'm going to become de-stressed by saying no to you. Market Day. Blanca, the daughter of my fellow vassal Count Heike, and I agree that trade is an important skill for a noble to learn, and we decide to visit the local market in Ottoberg. We only have some pebbles for currency, but they are very shiny. Practicing trade for 10 years again, which I think is what we're going to do. Wonderful. Climbing. I'm not going to climb that thing, Adelheid. I'm going to stay down here and lower my stress. Every guest gets a positive opinion of us and we get some prestige. Wonderful. And we're learning another language. We're learning Saxon. Theodelinda has shirked her duties as diarch. Okay. Sure. Whatever. Can I swing the scales? I can. Oh, okay. So I should swing using piety here. Swing them back towards me a little. I didn't seem to move the scales at all, if I'm honest. A view to remember. Not having anything planned for the day, this is a fine opportunity to enrich myself in the various aspects of our glorious holding Ottoberg. The question is what would be most productive. Should I go to the military compound headed up by Bernard, the trade district managed by Heinrich, or pay a visit to Paul at the local church? Definitely going to the church, but let's just see. Architecture of trade. You get the owner of castle and its servants, or faith first, to the church we go. We're going to go to the church and become the owner of Die Gratia, which is learning plus castle buildings construction time down, and learning lifestyle experience gain. Yeah, okay. This reminds you of another childhood decision, ... Before sunset. I have a hard time remembering the more serene and peaceful day, or a more serene and peaceful day, as Paul and I stroll through the churches and shrines of Ottoberg. At one point he turns to me and says, a well-built arch can evoke a certain type of spirituality, don't you think? He finishes off the tour by handing me Die Gratia, a well-worn piece of literature on the topic. Today has been a good day. Okay. So we now have a journal that we can put on there for even more learning. Incredible. Right. Carrying on. How old are we now? 13. Okay. Constant torment. The things Count Abbo put me through as a child still weigh heavy on me. The stares, the laughter, the pain. Every time I see him, my mood is sure to turn sour. He may have become an adult right now, but I know that he will never be a decent person. Alright. Good to know. Keep him marked. Househead has changed. Regenar has become our househead. Now, Dynasty Head, yeah, I was going to say it's going to be Kuno because he's now stronger. Okay. Since now Reginar, my fellow vassal, somewhat related to me. Okay, fair enough. His heir is Wiltrud. Okay. Cool. Rolling. I am at play in the gardens of Otterberg for my peers, in a rare moment of free from the watchful eyes of our guardians and tutors. It all happened so suddenly. I am swept from my feet and sent tumbling down a steep hill, with Adalbert holding tightly to me as we roll down and down. Once at the bottom, I have left dazed with his eyes staring deeply into mine as he smiles and giggles at me. I feel something strange in my chest as I look back at him. What is this feeling? Well, because I'm shy, it's indigestion. Alright, we will avoid him. The gift giver. 2 yellow eyes follow me as I pass, and a small meow breaks the silence as Paws pounces for my ankle. A cat in her prime, she nonetheless leaves no marks on me. As she prances away, I see that she left me a gleaming gift where she had been hiding. Thank you, fair lady, for the 2 gold. Fantastic. Okay. That is a little bit of disease here that might get close to us, but maybe it won't. It's only minor. Minor typhus. The hunter's art. To blindly chase a wild creature, launching arrow after arrow, spurring ever harder. Futile, laughs Murad, my renowned knight. Beasts can be cunning. They scent the stalker on approach, scatter before the hunting pack, and turn violent when cornered. Bringing down quarries means knowing them and the wilderness well, and once the horn is sounded, never relenting. The most skilled of hunters is Murad. In his company, I am coming to know the ways of God's creatures, and the ways of outwitting them. Become a hunter. Alright. Interesting. Well, that's fine. That disease is moving closer to Italy than to us, I think. Quid pro quo. My Aunt Theodolinda strides confidently into the little study, clutching a sheaf of parchments. My lady and duchess, as your regent, I need a little extra authority to take care of a matter of some import. If you'd be so kind, sign and seal on these documents. Of course, I'd never approach you empty-handed. For this small favour, I'll have letters of friendship written to fellow vassals of Kaiser Andreas, making you friends in the Holy Roman Empire. All I have to do is scrawl the letters, say, if you say so, and I get good repute with fellow vassals and Trench Regency scale swing. You overreach, or I've got studies to attend to. Good. You give Theodolinda a free hand but no endorsement. So she will go from situational to selfless. It will swing slightly towards her, and I'll lose stress. And she gains opinion. Okay, that seems reasonable. And we will continue onwards. We're now 14. The ease of youth. My study of the Saxon language is progressing fantastically. I feel like I have all the focus and energy in the world. My name is Haley Ermengarde. I like to eat pudding. If I just focus even harder, I'll speak fluently in no time at all. I will dedicate all my time to this. Although, because I'm shy, apparently I won't, so I'll just spend my time elsewhere. I don't know why being shy would stop you from studying a language, but okay. In this case, in theory, would. Okay. Tutors educating children. It's good. The Builder, the Commons. The time has come to replace the Commons of Ilmunster, and my regent Theodolinda has asked me to weigh in on the matter. The ruler of Ilmunster, Count Eckhard, who is still, by the way, a child of the original Duke Otto III, and Theodolinda have been having intense discussions all morning and have now reached an impasse. As I enter the room, they shift their focus to me, clearly expecting an answer to this question. Should focus on trade and production, and Ilmunster gains a Hunter's Lodge building. Okay. Holding needs more military strength and gets wooden barracks, or a bit more fervor would be beneficial, and it gains the chapel building. Well, it's going to gain the chapel building, and it reminds me of another childhood decision, apparently. Okay. Our learning continues to rise. And now, we have learned Saxon. Fantastic. Feel accomplished. Should I send a letter to her? Sure, you know what? We've de-stressed enough from the previous one, I'll send her a letter. It came off as dishonest mockery. Oh. Well, we keep trying to send letters, we keep trying to reach out, and it never works. To read or not to read? My friend Emmo and I have been tasked with delivering a pile of books to delegates from the county of Nuremberg. They urge to take a couple of minutes, or even a couple of days for that matter, to study them is almost irresistible. That fast delivery of the books is apparently of great importance to the continued productivity of the area. It only heightens our curiosity. Well, obviously I'm going to study it. He's also studying learning. Yeah, I'm going to thoroughly study these books. Yeah. Also, need to find somebody else in our court whose language we don't speak. Is it just Welsh? We have we have our Polish witch, of course. We will learn your language, Polish witch. Right. And we're almost 16 now. More virtues are being instilled. Tutor is educating children. Catholic Holy Order has been founded in Aberfeldy. The Order of Alcantara seems a little bit odd for Aberfeldy, but whatever. What do you want to do? I've been playing with my half-brother Primisl for the better half of the day, and I've been having so much fun. We played chess, and as our game comes to a close, he bests me and I'm left dumbstruck. That was fun. Now what do we do? Well, this is my chance to pick something that I may yet win. It's worrying that we're not good at chess after the amount of time we spent doing it. It's race on stilts. Let's play with the teetotum, where everyone wins with puppets. Everyone wins with puppets. Our stress is now lowered. Great. Fantastic. Okay. The you could declare wars thing just went up there. Don't know why the puppets are increasing our chance of war, but there you have it. Oh, Kaiser Andreas has died. How did he die? Drank himself to death. Oh. And now his son with the Great Pox is in charge. I see. Do I get invited to this coronation? I don't know. I guess it probably depends on whether he holds it before we come of age, which is in like a month. Coming of age. With the help of Valence, I have achieved an understanding of scholarship that far exceeds any of my peers. Even though I had a natural inclination towards the subject, my mastery is still an achievement. As I take my first steps into adulthood, I find myself reminiscing about some of the people who have made an impact on the woman I have become. The friendship I shared with Emil means a lot to me when we were both young, and to still have him by my side means a lot. The things Count Abel put me through as a child still weigh heavy on me. Every time I see him, my mood is sure to turn sour. Duchess Heli Ermengarde, you're a woman now. -10 opinion of Count Abel. In Mastermind Philosopher, which is ton of learning, ton of monthly lifestyle experience, and I'm no longer her ward, and she has returned home, presumably. Alright. And there we have it. We now have 32 learning. An absolutely absurd amount of learning. And we would obviously want to have the grand wedding. End the entrenched regency. Ooh. We're offering piety, but there's a chance that they don't accept it. I will discharge you. Let's wait a second or two for that. I lost pensive because it's a childhood trait, so actually our learning is slightly lower, but let's ignore that. I just want to see if they say yes. Yes? To the entrenched regency? Yes, fantastic, it's gone. Which means we lose their learning on our domain here, but that's okay. We're about to increase our domain very, very slightly. We're marrying Eustache. But we will do that at the start of next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.